It's a great day, everyone. It's Eric and Dr. Sakeisha Hylick, your relationship experts and founders of Marriage Can Win, where we help couples that are entrepreneurs like yourself in three key areas.
We help couples with communication skills, with developing sound money management skills, and enhancing their levels of intimacy. And like many couples in business out there, we struggled to realize a profit in our business. And I'm sure many of you out there can identify with that. So, as a couple in business together, we wanted to ensure that our businesses are what?
Profitable.
Now, if we can be completely transparent with you, our first businesses, and I did say businesses plural, they didn't work out. I mean, we failed miserably. Can you feel me? I mean, we put in long hours. There was lots of blood, sweat, and plenty of tears going into this IT company. And just when we were on the verge of getting a huge profit in the business, there was a division in the business. And guess what we had to do? We had to shut the business down. I mean, this was super hard for us. Not only did we have to shut our business down, we had to file for bankruptcy. We had to sell our home. The repo man came knocking at our door for our cars. And guess what? They even came after my salary as a pharmacist. So this was super, super tough. And to see it all fall apart at that very moment, we were so discouraged.
We were seriously just considering just giving up.
Yeah.
So we thought that maybe entrepreneurship was just not for us. Now, have you ever met an entrepreneur that says, I want to be broke? After all, the goal is for each and every one of us to add extra zeros at the bottom line. Is that correct?
Yeah. Now, logically, this makes sense. However, can we share with you what we've discovered after working with hundreds of couples? They all had one thing in common. They had excuse after excuse after excuse as to why their businesses were not profitable.
And there is not enough time, and that's one of the biggest excuses.
Yeah, I think Zig Ziglar said it best. There's a lack of direction, not a lack of time. That we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Sometimes we say there's not enough time because it makes you feel better. It's better than saying, you know what, that sounds hard and I just don't want to put in the effort. Now, it may sound legitimate, but 99% of the time, it's simply not true.
Well, there's a fun fact. We all have exactly the same amount of time in a day, 24 hours, 7 days in a week, and 365 days in a year.
Now, we have a quick assignment for you. The next time you say there's not enough time, I want you to replace that with that's just not important enough for me to do right now. Now, in business, not everything is going to work out as planned. We get that, and that is okay. But there's never going to be the perfect time. Why? Because there's always a rough draft before a masterpiece.
That's right.
Success is not a process that takes place overnight. So why do you keep putting off until tomorrow a goal that you could accomplish today? Which leads us to our second excuse, which is what?
Well, it's just not a good time. A year from now, you'll wish you had started today, though.
I mean, have you ever had an idea that you felt like, whoa, when I release this plan, it's going to be fire. I'm about to get paid. But then you keep putting it off and putting it off. And then you see someone else out there doing the same thing you wanted to do. And they are killing the game and getting paid to do so. Don't you feel like kicking yourself?
Oh,
I mean, aren't you frustrated?
Yes.
I mean, we just went through or going through a pandemic, and there's absolutely no reason why you should be coming out without executing $1 million idea. You've got the time. I mean, you've got your audience's attention. The I'm busy reason, it doesn't fly anymore because pretty much everyone is at home. The only thing holding you back is you. So the most opportune moment to start is right now. So stop putting off until tomorrow a goal that you could be accomplishing today. Because what? A year from now, you'll wish you would have started which leads us to the next most common excuse.
I don't have enough money.
Wow. When you look at companies like Dell and Facebook and Apple, and what are some of the other ones?
Clorox, Coca-Cola, Hewlett-Packard, Microsoft, Oracle, eBay, Cisco, and SAP.
Now, all of these companies had something in common. They started out with a slim budget. So you can't despise small beginnings. Every CEO must start somewhere. I mean, you can't judge your business or the ultimate success of your business based on the current chapter that you're in. So you know what? Keep going. The I don't have enough money, it doesn't fly. If there's an emergency, if you need something for your kids, if a family member is in trouble, you will find the money. Now, if you keep going, you can keep going back to the drawing board. You may not have it all down perfectly, but done is better than, trying to be perfect. Get it done. You can keep going back to the drawing board and keep tweaking it until you perfect that business idea. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to leave my future in the hands of a company to determine how valuable I am or not. I mean, people are getting furloughed, businesses are going out, shutting their door. So does the amount of investment outweigh the risk? Absolutely. What have you got to lose? I mean, if you look at your 401ks, a lot of them have dropped in value. The six-figure job security is now gone. We are now more expendable than ever. So I don't have enough money is no longer a valid excuse.
Not at all.
Which kind of leads us to the next point.
Well, someone's already doing it. Ain't no sense in me doing and recreating the wheel. It's already done.
You know what? Just stop blaming other people.
Oh, come on.
Let me ask you this. You have smartphones these days.
Yes.
Oh, I wish I had mine. But everyone, just take a look at your phone, right?
Right.
Some of you have the Apple. Some of you have Android, correct? Now, think about it. Did Apple cease production of their phones because of Android? There's a need for both. There's clientele for both products.
That's true. Enough market for market share for everybody.
Now, did Nike stop producing because of Under Armour? No. I mean, you get the picture, right? The same principle applies to your business. Just think what you can do with your own product or service, that you can make it stand out from among the crowd so you too can have extra zeros on your bottom line.
Well, I'm just not good enough.
You know what? That excuse does not fly anymore.
Well, how are you going to find out unless you and I try?
Now think about it. Before co-founding businesses such as LinkedIn and investing in big names such as PayPal and Airbnb, Hoffman created SocialNet. It was an online dating and social networking site that ultimately failed. But if you always see yourself as I'm not good enough, when are you going to find out how good you really are? You will never know unless you try.
I need to do a little more studying, a little more training, take a couple more classes.
Oh my goodness.
And then I'll be good enough.
There's always going to be more information to learn. The time to take action and do it is now.
Well, they say you can either do it the hard way or the easy way.
Let me give you a word of advice for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
If you keep fighting for your excuses, you also get to keep them. But you also have to deal with the results that come along with them.
And what's that?
If you stay exactly where you are. So business is about two things, chances and choices. In business, you must take a chance and you must make a choice. Now, you can choose to stay where you are and within the realm of your comfort zone and just be as you are today. And that's okay. Or you could take a chance and step outside of your comfort zone and try the business idea.
Well, they call that the hard way.
Well, you know what? There's an alternative.
Well, let me give you a hint. The hard way brings about increased stress, frustration, pressure, etc. So when you look at successful CEOs such as Jeff Bezos of Amazon, Bill Gates of Microsoft, if you look at any entrepreneur with a vision, you got to have a vision. You will recognize that they failed many times, but they did not do what?
They didn't give up.
That's right. So rather than doing it the hard way,
we suggest you do it the easy way. And what's the easy way? Easy way is implementing simple mindset principles that you can adopt right now to help you bring about a change and be the change you want to see in your business.
So you're saying that it's all in my mind and that's what I need to change?
And that's one of the greatest things. Mindset is one of the greatest things that can hold us back.
So it is what?
What time is it? It's time for a new mindset to get new results.
Okay.
So one of the things one of the keys that we suggest to our clients is make personal development a priority for yourself. I mean, invest in a coach. You can connect with a mentor. Think about it. This is a phenomenal conference. How many experts are coming across your screen on a daily basis? People that can pour into you and help you take your business to the next level.
So you're saying that you don't have to go looking for the experts, that the experts are coming to you.
Yes. Now they're being made available to it. Now your mindset is what you have to determine what you're going to do with the new information and new collaborators and new connections you have privy to. So just remember, you can't judge the ultimate success of your business by the chapter you're currently in. You're going to have to shift your mindset in order to get a new result.
So that brings about, well, what time is it?
It's time to take action.
Action.
Now, part of taking action means stepping up and stepping out and doing something different.
Okay.
Learning to listen to outside perspectives. Research what others are doing in your field, and they're killing the game, So why not connect with them? Think about it. Look at your circle of influence. If you are the smartest person within your circle, you need to find a new circle. If you want to take your business to the next level, here's a hint. Connect with people who have already done it. Those that are flowing in the area in which you're aspiring to get into. See what's going on. What type of mindset do they have? What is helping them to become successful? Because remember, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. What is that person doing differently in their business to help them be successful?
It makes sense that if I'm the smartest person in the group and the one that's hanging around, then 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to learn anything from everybody else. Absolutely. Now, they may learn something from me, but I'm not going to necessarily learn from them.
So you know what? Think about it. You can have results or you can have excuses, but you can't have both. I mean, when you think about it, when you focus on your vision, whatever you feed will grow. It's time to take some serious action and be mindful that you can have results in your business or you can have excuses. But guess what? You can't have both and have extra zeros in your bank account.
I'd rather have the extra zeros in my bank account.
So don't be afraid of the minor setbacks. That's expected. That's a part of growth. That's a part of learning. I mean, in business, not everything is going to work out exactly as planned. That's a part of learning. That's a part of growing. But guess what? That is okay. Yes. I mean, because there's always, what did I say before? The rough draft before the masterpiece. When someone is building a home, you're going to go through several drawings, several tweakings until you get it right. The same way with your business. You may learn marketing. You're learning how to close sales. You're learning how to build your list. You're learning how to generate revenue. Very few people are going to come in and get it right 100% of the time. True. They have to go through a process. And guess what? You too can be a part of the process. So remember, success is that process, but it does not happen overnight.
But we know what we got to do is prioritize what? We got to prioritize our time.
Yeah.
Because recognized time is money.
Yes, yes, yes.
So what are you doing with your time? Are you getting connected on webinars, Zoom calls? Are you listening to podcasts of the people that are killing it in your desired area.
Absolutely.
What do you do with your time is an indicator of how badly you want to add those extra zeros to your bank account.
Now, you know what? Stop right there for a moment.
Okay.
I'm reminded of a client, and she really wanted so badly to add those extra zeros to her bank account, but she was not willing to put in the time to make the sacrifices and do what was necessary in order to take her business to the next level. When you're recognizing your time is money, you know, I'm not saying anyone should walk around sleep deprived, but you do need to recognize that if there's no revenue in excuses, if you want to generate your revenue, you're going to have to let go of the excuses.
So stop making excuses, start making changes.
Wow.
So if you want to keep fighting your excuses, you can keep them, but I'm not going to, because you also have to take the results that come with those. Ooh. So let me ask you one thing. What's your why?
Why? Your why is going to be your core source of motivation. For some of you that are watching this broadcast and some that are wanting to add extra zeros to your bank account, it might be your children, might be paying for their education, might be able to live a life where you're not working 9 to 5, the freedom and the flexibility of another a schedule, whatever the case may be, what do we call it? Create generational wealth.
Create generational wealth.
To leave a legacy for your family.
That's the entrepreneur's dream.
So find out what your why is and what it is. It's going to be on the inside of you. That's what's going to push you and encourage you to stop making those excuses and start making those changes. It's not expected to be 100% overnight, but making little changes, little by little. That's how you see progress. I think about it like this. Exchanges, when changes are happening in our bodies.
Right.
Thinking about even as a woman, if she becomes pregnant, her body is going through a change.
Right.
Little by little, little changes are taking place. Sometimes at the beginning, it's not noticeable. But the more as you progress, the more evident it becomes. You start to see growth taking place. You start to see transformation taking place. And the same thing happens with your business. Little by little, putting in the extra time, spending time networking, building connections, being imparted into by a mentor or someone that's killing it in your field.
You know what? That reminds me, because I've been an athlete, and I know you have to take some time and always working out, putting the time in. You have to do the extra time. Sometimes when others are in their bed sleeping or watching television, I'm in the gym working out.
Yes.
Running, jogging. And as an athlete, I'm, playing football, I always had to put the time in by studying the plays.
Yes.
And after a while, I see the progress. I'm getting faster. I'm getting stronger. I'm able to understand, the plays that I need to run, and it comes quickly.
Now, you know what? That leads us to one of our next points, which is you must be stronger than your excuses.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So Wayne Gretzky said it's something like this. You miss 100% of the shots if you never take them.
Wow.
No one ever said that being an entrepreneur would be easy, but you still do get to decide on how you want to show up in this world. So we got to create accountability.
Oh, yes. And that could be a curse word for some people.
Oh, yes.
Because they don't want to be held accountable to other people, but yet and still they want their business to grow.
So we got to set deadlines and we got to stick to them.
That's right. If you keep putting it off and putting it off, when is it going to grow? When is it going to be done? You have to be stronger than your excuses.
Well, sometimes, or really majority of the times, what we need to do is not to set one big goal, but we need to break them down to like several small ones, because that way you can celebrate your victories when you reach the small ones, and it helps build your confidence. And then, and it's a momentum. You get that momentum. So when you reach those small goals, it just gives you that big momentum. So to reach that big goal.
Now, you know what? You said something key.
Okay.
Is that when you think about it, and for ladies that are watching, I'm sure you can identify with me. We oftentimes at the beginning of the year, our January 1st, we have a huge goal, right? It's usually to lose weight. It's, I want to lose 40 pounds. I want to lose 50 pounds. But guess what? So if you set it, ultimately my goal is to lose, let's say 50 pounds. Okay. But if you say, hey, by the next 2 weeks, I want to see 5 pounds. You're more inclined to stick with it. You're more inclined to press to the discomfort of working out and changing your eating habits, saying no to different things that you didn't say no to before, not being able to indulge in things that were not good for you. And the same with your business. If you want to generate extra revenue in your business, you're going to have to apply the same principle. You're going to have to be stronger than your excuses, because revenue begins at the end of your what?
Comfort.
All righty. So
truth is, every entrepreneur should want that extra zeros to their bottom line.
Absolutely.
So I know for us, we definitely want to increase our zeros in our bottom line.
And we also wanted to create generational wealth for our family and leave a legacy for our children. We didn't want our children to be in the predicament in which they had to live paycheck to paycheck, right? Or if something like a pandemic occurred or something of that nature, and they're basically at the mercy of these companies who would determine their value, whether they were going to stay or they were going to be let go. So we had to come find an environment in which we could do that paralleled or worked in conjunction with our current business, which was helping couples.
Right. And this falls right into basically our 3 principles: communication, finance, and intimacy. And so before, we used to bring in outside or third-party financial organizations to bring in the education. Absolutely. But now we have become empowered to provide financial education.
Now, you know what's so important? We're always talking about generating multiple streams of income.
Yes.
We take our same business in which we help couples or entrepreneurs like yourself. We help them develop their communication skills. We help them develop sound money management skills and enhance their intimacy skills. But guess what? Instead of reaching out to other businesses to come in, we partnered with other companies. I mean, we took it upon ourselves to become educated in the arena so we could better serve our clients. So now we have additional stream of revenue that's going to better serve our clients and add extra zeros to our banking account, because there's no revenue in what?
Excuses.
All right.
Yes. So we add value to ourselves to be able to add values to others.
But in order to do that, you have to do what? This acronym is so important.
It is.
ACT. It means action changes things. So we want each and every one of you to just take a moment and set aside some time to reflect on the area of your business that needs improvement. Be it closing sales, be it building your sales team, be it growing your list, be it creating multiple streams of income from one product, and whatever that area is, we challenge you to connect with at least 3 to 5 of the speakers here at this summit and learn how to take your business to the next level.
This is the time to do it. Don't let an excuse get in the way. So you have to act now.
So guess what? Actions speak louder than words. That's enough saying. You know, a lot of people, they say, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. No, you don't have to speak about it. Be about it. Let me see you demonstrate. You know, so let your work speak for you, as people say.
That's true. But we got enough learning. So now we got to start doing.
So guess what? There are 3 things you need to do on the pathway to success in order to increase your revenue. So one of the things you need to do right now is review your pricing strategy. You know, sometimes we worry that our pricing might be too high, or we start charging, well, this is fair, or people want you to give them the friends and family discount.
All the time.
Let's be realistic. People are going to pay you when you bring value and solve their problems. And your ideal client will pay it. If you make sense?
Yeah, well, yes.
Now, the second thing you need to look at is your product. I mean, if your audience isn't buying it, then take a page from Jeff Bezos. Before Amazon became a household name, this company CEO had several failed ideas. kind of like us. So one of the most notable things was an online auction site, which evolved into a Z shop, which that ultimately failed. But did Jeff Bezos give up? Absolutely not. He's a multi-billionaire right now. He repurposed that idea into what eventually became the Amazon marketplace. So just be mindful when you're looking to add extra zeros to your bank account. It's not necessarily that you need to throw away the idea that you have. Look at how you can repurpose it or retweak it. Because remember, there's no revenue in excuses.
So let's take a look at your pitch.
Yeah.
Make sure that you are targeting your ideal client. Stop pitching the wrong customers. They won't help you. So let's take like FFS, which is what we're working with. You have term and IUL investments is really significantly higher, but they're worth it.
Now let's just think about it. We had to look at we have a lot of amazing products and services to offer to our clients. But the fact is realizing which products to pitch to which clients. And that can be one of your issues. You're pitching your products to the wrong client.
Exactly.
So let's just take a moment and look at a brief recap of what we talked about today. I mean, we talked about the 5 most common excuses for why there's no revenue coming through your business.
And we also talked about the 5 mindset principles.
Now, we just talked about the 3 areas in which you need to pivot. So we are hoping that you will take all of this information into consideration so we can start seeing some transformation in your business. Because remember, there's no revenue in your excuses. So we want to thank you so much for joining us today.
And we want to offer you a free gift.
All right. So thank you guys again for joining us. And until next time, we'll see you soon.